you guys. Thanks so much for clicking on my channel. We're all smiles over here. I am Will Sanja. It's like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm trying not to keep it long, but y'all already know. If it gets good, I'm going to keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to go to next. Today is balance, okay? Balance. Balance. In other words, y'all, everything about your life should look the same. When I say look the same, I'm saying it should scream out prosperity, okay? Why? Because God's words said it. It said it. He says, I wish above all things that you should prosper. And he wasn't just talking about in your finances, because he says what? Also in your health, even as your soul prospers. Which means what? When you look at your finances, it should scream prosperity. When you look at your health, it should scream prosperity. And when you look at your soul, your spirit, man, it should be what? Prosperity, which means what? It should be overflowing in abundance, in other words, right? But here's the thing. We find ourselves where we're not balanced in either or all. And how do we get that balance back to be have prosperity in all of those arenas, right? We have to first and foremost get all the way aligned and connected, which means what? God is at the forefront of our lives, moving in and through us, so we're able to see within our journey with some clarity. And with that clarity, guess what we will end up doing? We will end up trusting in God wholeheartedly, instead of using the phrase that goes like what? I'm waiting on God. Because truth be told, when you say I'm waiting on God, you do know that that is an excuse to hide your fear. I'm waiting on God. Yeah, I'm waiting on God. That's an excuse to hide your doubt. I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. That's an excuse to hide that you really don't trust God. Why is it an excuse? You saying it's not an excuse. That's the truth. No. It's an excuse. I'm going to tell you why. Because in God's word, it says this: faith without works is what? It's dead. If you're not working, that means you're waiting on something to happen. You got to put God's word, which is your faith, to work. Because truth be told, when you really believe and trust what God said, there will be actions behind your faith, which is God's word. Because God's word said what? That God's word will not return unto him void. So if you know God's word won't return back unto him void, then you're going to put forth some actions behind your faith, right? Exactly. So let me give you an example. I'm not going to use the word if, because I know that God said you can have a house. Because God said he will give us houses that we didn't even build. And they will be filled with things that we didn't even feel. Okay, so I know God said he going to give you a house. I know God said he going to give you a car. I know God said he's going to heal you. I know God said that, because God says what? If you be not wise in your own eyes, and you depart from evil, and you trust him, fear him, then he said it will be what? Health unto thy navel and marrow to the bones. I know God is a healer. I know that already. Okay, let's just keep that clear. Okay, so when God has told you that he's going to give you a house, he's going to give you a car, he's going to heal your body, he's going to give you a promotion, he's going to give you all these other goods and yums. When you stand on God's word, then when he tells you that he's going to give you a house, you are already packing. You are. When he tells you he's going to give you a car, you already clean that garage out. You already clean that space out in front of your house where that new car's going to park. When God said he has healed you, or he's going to heal you, then you have already made preparations to be in that mindset to know that you are healed. You are already in the space of working towards what God has promised you. And so when God says that when you are ready, then he's ready, then that's when you will see things manifest in your life. The thing is, like I said, when you're saying that I'm waiting on God, then this is what will happen. You will not begin packing boxes to show that you're about to move in your new house. You will not clean out that garage. You will not make a clear space in your front of your house so that that new car can park. You will not be in preparation to receive. You won't. Here's the thing. If you still don't understand what I'm saying, if you are hungry and your mama in the kitchen cooking. And she's saying, I'ma feed you. The food is almost ready. If you don't never set the table, you will never eat. If you don't ever set the table, you will never eat. God even says, well, I prepare a table before you. Why is God preparing the table? Because he knows it's already done. But you got to do the same thing. Why aren't you setting the table? Don't you know you're about to feast? Why aren't you setting the table? Why don't you have your plate ready? God has the spoon. Dipping it in the pork, dipping it in that Brahma stew, dipping it in that chili, whatever you got cooked up. God is dipping it in that new house, that new car. He's ready to give it to you. But you're not ready to receive because you haven't prepared for it. You just over there sitting on your hands saying, well, I'm waiting on God. And I'm here to tell you the wait is over. God is just saying, well, I'll be ready when you're ready. And God will know when you're ready when you start preparing. And when you begin to prepare, now you're bringing balance back into your life. Prosperity into your finances, prosperity into your health, prosperity into what? Your spirit man, edified in your soul. If you're saying, God, I want to be prosperous in my spirit man, in my soul, but you ain't never seeking God, you ain't never reading his word, then you ain't putting forth no work, no actions. Which means what? Your faith is dead. Which means what? You're not going to see results. That's why we lack results so many times. We don't see manifestation because we still waiting on God. And truth be told, the wait has been over a long time ago. Here's the real truth. Believe it or not, God had already did it. It's already done. Whatever you have asked for, it is already done. It just requires a little work from you. Just a little bit. And you'll see it manifest. You say, no. The truth is, if you don't really believe as if you've already received, then you won't get it. When you believe that you have already received, and that's what God says. He said, when you ask, believe as if you have already received. When you believe, when you ask and you believe as if you already received, you know what changes? Your mentality. It does. Your mentality changes, which causes you to put in action. We say, God has already done it for me. I believe that God has done this for me. I believe that God is going to do it for me. So let me get the packet. Your mentality has changed. But if you don't believe that you've already received that home, you ain't going to pack. You're not. You're not going to be looking at different houses. You're not going to start picking out your curtains. You're not going to start picking out new furniture. You're not going to do it. You're not. Because your mentality is not there. Why? Because you really don't believe that you have already received. And if you don't believe that you already received, then you most certainly not going to put any actions. Now what? Your works is dead. Faith without works is dead. Your faith is dead. Therefore what? No results. You still going to be in that apartment. You still going to be in that old house. You still going to be driving that car. You know you want that luxury car. You know, guys, you know you want that sports car. Ladies, you know you want that sports car. You do. But you don't believe that you've already received. Therefore, your mentality can't be changed to get you to put forth actions behind your faith. Now it sounds like I'm going to repeat myself, which I am. But I want you to get some balance about your life. And this is for me too. Because every once in a while, when I'm not all the way aligned and connected, I'm off balance. I'm walking sideways. I'm good in one area, and then in the other area you look at is low. I need all my stuff to be all in one. Maybe I shouldn't say that because that sounds like flatline. No, we ain't doing no flatline over here, okay? But we want it to be all leveled out, which means what? Prosperity, prosperity, prosperity. We don't want prosperity over here in one level and then no prosperity in health and then almost prosperity in our soul. No, we want all of it to be prosperity. We do. We want it to be even. In other words, we want to have some balance about us, because that's what God said. He wished above all things that we should prosper, not just in our financial stability, okay? But he said in our health, even as our soul shall prosper. And that's the truth. So get some balance over there. I may just need to go buy me some tennis shoes called Balance. I don't like them, but maybe I should get them to help me, remind me to say, girl, stay balanced. Stay balanced in all those arenas. And guess what? When you are balanced in all those arenas, your health, the finances, and your spirit, guess what? Everything else going to get in alignment. Your attitude, people they're going to want to be around you. There is no such thing as a person being sad, a person being depressed when those three arenas is in prosperity. I have never met anybody who have those three arenas in the prosperity level balance. They happy. They're not depressed. They're in good spirits. They are doing the do, okay? They really are. So let's get some balance about ourselves. This, like I said, this is for me as well as it is for you guys. So listen, I'm here just to encourage you guys as always. I hope y'all got it. But if you didn't get it, rewind and watch again. And remember, if you are not putting actions behind your faith, which is God's word, I'm telling you, your faith is going to be dead, which means what? You will not see results. If you want your health to be on fleek, if you want your health to be balanced, the way God says balance in prosperity, then you have got to be ready. Because I'm telling you, God is saying, you ain't waiting on him. He's waiting on you. Why? Because he's already done it. Put your card in the ATM and then let the money flow, in other words. Have you ever gone to the ATM and said, I'm not getting the money, and you ain't put your card in? You got to put some action in. Put your card in the ATM machine. Put in what you want, and then get back what you can receive. Does that make any sense? I think that was a good example. If not, y'all know what I'm trying to say, okay? But I hope y'all got it like I said. But if you didn't, rewind this thing and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have the mask to smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Remember, stop using that excuse. You waiting on God. The wait is over. Get to work. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.